Hello everybody on YouTube. We're out here doing a little backyard camping. So I'm on my Pacer pole camera mount. So what we have here is our backyard, and down here we are going to be cooking our food. I'm going to actually flip over to a regular camera shot. I'll be right back. Okay, so these are our meals. We picked these up at Walmart, you know, the old mountain house meals. We made 2 cozies, which we're going to use for future hikes. I made those to fit those meals, and those are big. I may make smaller ones in the future. This is kind of a little test of our stove. First time we've used it. This is the BRS 3000 stove with fuel. Have not lit it up yet, first time. Just got it. So there's that. And this is the Vargo Titanium BOT 700 titanium cook pot, which will be my cook pot. Now, this is a bit of a cool thing. This was Darwin on the trails. He sold a bunch of used equipment recently, and I was fortunate enough to be online when he had just put them up for sale, and I got on there and bought this. He actually used this to hike through the Pacific Crest Trail. He cold soaked in it for most of the way, and then up on the high Sierras he cooked in it, and it's got the O-ring so you can seal it and cold soak. You can see his burn marks. I haven't used it yet. He cleaned it good, but yeah, this was Darwin's on the trails. Did a through hike on the PCT with this, among other trails he did with that. So that was cool that I got that. I was quite happy to get that. And we're going to fire up this stove and cook up some meals for dinner here. Test them out. So we're doing this video as kind of a precursor to everything's going towards the Appalachian Trail through hike in 2029. Ultimately, but I'm going to do a lot of hiking in between then and now. Next month, in July 9th and 10th, my sons and I are going up to Baxter State Park. We have reservations at Roaring Brook Lean-To, one of the lean-tos, and we are going to hike Mount Katahdin. So we're going to take the stove up there. And then in January, I'm going to be going down to Arkansas, and I'm hiking the Ouachita Trail, spelled O-U-C-H-I-S-T-A, I think, but it's pronounced Ouachita. That trail is 223 miles. It starts in Oklahoma on the eastern border, I think, and then it goes into Arkansas, and it ends near Little Rock, Arkansas. 223 mile through hike, which we're doing in January. My son and I and a friend of mine and his son-in-law. So this is the first lighting of the new stove. We're going to make ourselves some dinner. So I'm not going to bore you with cooking this with a cooking video, but I'll be back later. So I'm going to show you the cozy here. You'll notice the cozy's a little tall. I cut this to the height of the bag before I ripped the top of the bag off, not realizing that 2 inches of the bag was going to be coming off. So I'm going to shorten both these cozies. But thought I'd get a video of this quick. So these are coming out good. My son just took his in the house. He's eating it. And as far as the Darwin stove, so I'm sure Darwin will never watch my channel, but my eventual plan is that pot will be going on a through hike of the AT in the future. So it's been on the Pacific Crest Trail, and eventually it'll be on the AT. It'll also hike through on the Ouachita Trail and whatever other trails I go on in the future. And like I said, we're going to Baxter Park in 3 weeks. This is kind of a shakedown of our equipment before we go. It's myself and 2 of my sons that are going. And I'll have a video, of course, of the trip up there. So there it is. We're going to put that in there and let it sit for a good 5 minutes. Stir it, let it sit again, and then it'll be ready to eat. Thanks for watching.